All right, let's get this party started. Here we are, round 3 of the Swiss. The Swiss for the Weekly Dice Arena, week number 21. We have all of the fall colors, red, orange, yellow, and brown dice only. We've got Trey versus Steven. It's going to be awesome. We've seen both of these teams do some pretty cool things. So, showcase, my friends. Take it away.
Cool. Action or energy?
Action, always.
Oh, this time it's energy. I'll go ahead and go first. We're done here. I have an energy fixer, so I'll spin the sidekick to a shield. I'll pay 1 for a Red Dragon Global, and then pay 2 for a Bifrost. Hitting you for 1.
Cool. How did I just take 1 damage?
Red Dragon Global deals you 1, and then I can buy an action.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know what just happened, but everything just went to crap on my computer screen, so...
Well, hopefully it doesn't stay that way.
Yeah, that's alright. I can relatively see what's going on.
What
here.
is the team setups next week? I actually have not thought about the
rules.
format yet for next week. If you have any suggestions, though, let me know. I was thinking about something creepy, you know, like some Halloween-esque something or other. So if you have anything along those lines, I'm totally all ears about that.
Purchase a pepper.
If anything sounds super
I think
fun
you got enough
to you.
good rolls there, man. Those were
I know, right? And a...
Mask, question mark.
Boom.
Okay.
So no
Common.
PXG this game.
It is
like
the
we saw
common
last
boom,
game.
correct.
Okay, cool.
They both have boom boom.
I expect to die very soon.
Trey's got the pepper pots.
Death.
Trey also
I
has
couldn't make it happen last
Bishop,
game.
which we haven't seen yet.
You have Heimdall.
Super
I
cool.
do.
So instead of PXG,
That's
we have
worth playing
Heimdall.
for.
It's PXG Light.
Is it worth playing for? I don't know.
Always.
Yeah, it fixes the bag a little bit if you buy a second thing. Hey. Heimdall, pay a mask, prep 2 dice. What a novel idea, right?
Mm-hmm. Seems like such a good idea.
I think I'm going to do it, and then I'll pay 2 for a Jubilee. And then I'm going to res.
Trey, is there any way you can tilt your camera towards the bottom of your mat just a hair?
Who?
Me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I lied. The
is.
other way.
Your turn.
Not that way?
Yeah, towards the other way. Opposite
Not
of
this
what you
way.
just did, yeah.
But that takes stuff off my screen.
I mean, whatever's good for you.
This is like dead center.
All right, I lied. Just put it back how it was. Not a big deal.
That looks better to me, actually, what you just did.
Yeah, me too.
When you put it sort of up a little bit.
Like this.
Yeah, I can see all your cards now.
Cool. For those of you watching who think I'm just sassing Ross like an a-hole, he's my twin brother, and I feel like I've got the right. All right.
I'm not going to judge.
Oh, nice. Now all your stuff's in focus again, too. Looking good.
All we had to do was just move it around a little bit.
Right? Just yell at Ross a lot. That's what does it.
That's pretty much what this stream comes down to.
We're gonna...
On my head.
There's nothing that I hate completely yet. We're gonna Heimdall, Firefly, and pass.
Firefly
Yep.
seems good.
3 from the bag. One of those.
Seen a couple
sidekicks will come
Fireflies tonight.
I'm
It's
fairly
definitely
certain.
a premier orange, yellow, red, or brown die. The only reason I asked Trey to move his camera is because the awkward little baby hand in the middle of the screen that is mirroring Steven's camera, or his screen, is sort of bothersome to the eye. But you know what? It's going to be great. Decisions. mean, he's got Bifrost and a sidekick, so it's pretty much just what would he like to do with the rest of that. Oh, he doesn't have Bifrost rolled, sorry. So that's probably the holdup here. Can't trigger it if it's not rolled. Generally how this game works. Dice game being a dice game and all.
Field a sidekick. Res.
Got 7 to work with, which is an absurd amount of energy. Especially for what costs he has on his team. He could choose to go polymorph here since he's didn't necessarily hit his combo with Bifrost. So anything he buys here is going to take a while to get through the use
Pay 4
pile.
for a Human Torch.
Gonna go the torch route this time instead of Firefly, which is cool. Of course, if he gets
Red
both,
Dragon Global.
they sort of compound on each other. Trey takes
Red
one more
Dragon Global
damage.
and pay 2, excuse me, to pick up a Bifrost, so that'll hit you for another 1.
All right.
To 18. And then we'll just sit around with the sidekick, wishing we would have rolled better.
Sweet. Fill up our bag with a bunch of garbage. Draw some decent stuff.
That seems like a pretty decent draw.
I'm not mad about it. Well, not yet.
That's okay. You should have just rolled like I did. Oh, not.
The freebie. The one ski.
The boom boom. This is a common boom boom. This is common boom boom that when you use a basic
points.
action die, deals 2 damage to an opponent or character.
We'll pass to you.
I imagine
Cool.
Trey's going to go for
2, 8. Shake it up.
Shocking Grasp here after a
2
while.
more.
Pretty tried and true combo.
Excuse me.
Still no Bifrost here for Steven, which is
Man, I love
problematic.
that Human Torch.
Human Torch is so
Me
good.
too.
So classic. Still no
When Ross and I
Bifrost.
first got the game, it was Christmas Eve, and I bought AVX stuff, and he bought Justice League stuff, and we couldn't figure out why I kept beating him all the time. He just thought he sucked really bad at the game. Turns
Which
out
is
my
also
set was
true.
just a little bit better than his.
Just a bit.
So even with a second Bifrost, Steven still can't get it to roll, unfortunately. Which this turn, not a huge deal because he doesn't have one. He doesn't have his Johnny Storm in the field yet, which is really when you want to field as many things as possible. So this could be another sort of recovery turn for him.
Well, that's actually terrible. Where's the one side? I have my finger on it. Res for 1. A sidekick. 2.
It's just funny how if you just got done watching the second round of Swiss, you watched Steven versus Ben, and PXG just changed the entire flow of the game, which is wild. It's just such a powerful card
Make it
on
3.
either side of the table, thanks to its global ability.
For a D-Wiz.
It just makes like use pile, like things sitting in the use pile is just like not an
That's
issue.
fair.
Nothing ever sits in the use
All
pile
right.
for longer than a half of a turn.
Got 4. I forgot to do the stupid pepper pots thing. Oh well. Next time.
Next time. I always have to leave something out in the field to remind me.
Right, which is
I never forgot last game. I was kind of.
it's like
I
what
was
people
happy with
always say
myself.
about that card. They're like, well,
All of
it
those.
whenever I remember to
That
use it, I pull the
is
thing I need,
unfortunate. We'll field
and it
this.
goes to prep.
We'll Heimdall.
Whenever I forget to use it, is when I have 5 in the bag and I need to
Gosh, that was just
yeah,
an abysmal roll.
just clear some things, but
And we'll go with second Boom Boom.
second
And we'll
boom boom,
resurrect.
huh?
Okay.
And I will pass to you, my friend.
I will Star Labs Global to field a sidekick and prep a sidekick.
Oh gosh, if I would have done that turn right, I would have filled my bag instead of having this terribleness.
Oh, I got 5 in here. I gotta shake it up.
Oh yay!
Oh
1,
yay!
2, 3.
Gets
Oh,
everything
Mr.
he wants
Juice.
though. He would like Jubilee there for
No big deal.
double energy instead of 1.
I'm sure I'm gonna roll everything now.
Can't imagine he really wanted her for character face.
Or-
Oh my,
Wait a
tons of sidekicks.
Wait a minute.
Wait just a minute. He needs he needs those 2 to switch. Everything else is pretty darn good. He's got enough for Star Labs and 2 sidekicks.
I'm sure I'm gonna roll everything now. Quick, cut away while I turn this sideways.
Oh my
There it is.
gosh, totally nailed it. He ditched the
Need a little
sidekicks though,
coaxing.
which
Mhm.
is interesting. He can Star Labs. Well, after he fields Johnny Storm, he cannot Star Labs. I'm intrigued.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it sort
I
of
can pull
turned
it, though. That's fine.
sort of turned into an awkward roll with the 2
keep
bolts
that.
there. But we'll see what happens.
What are your stat lines of your characters?
I mean, he can
1-1,
still
2-2, 1-1.
Okay.
he can still field Johnny Storm.
We will. Oh, but do we want to blank that though? No, I don't know.
So play Bifrost, field Johnny Storm, get Jubilee from the use pile, buy a Jubilee, and Star Labs. Oh no, he doesn't have enough for that. Dang it. I can't even count to 4. Pay 2 to field. Which leaves 2 energy. Bifrost. Right, sorry. Bifrost has to go first. Pay the 2 to field. Then he could either buy a Jubilee. No, that wouldn't work out. I think regardless here he gets a Jubilee and a
sidekick
sidekick.
to a shield.
Ah, except for the old fixer, we
Play
forgot
the
him.
Bifrost.
Can get a 3 cost now. Which maybe he wants Firefly. Field Johnny, get Jubilee.
Yeah, I guess. That's the worst one to name. Ah, well, whatever. We'll pay 2 to field the 4/4,
Mm-hmm.
bringing in Dwarf Wizard on level 3.
Take a damage.
You'll take a damage, and your 1/1 Pepper will take a damage.
Oh, I thought
So
that was
that'll drop you to
Jubilee.
17, and we'll go ahead and blank your Boom Boom. 'cause she's in the field.
Interesting. I thought
Alright.
that was Jubilee in the
Then
use
we
pile.
will-
It was Dwarf Wizard the whole time. Because
Heimdall
he needs to get different to die.
and
Oh no.
pass the
Just
turn.
lies
to
all
you.
around.
All right, my bag's empty.
So he is going to, in essence, do what I said. Do what I predicted. Trey's
That
got,
one's stuck.
I was like,
Trey's got
come
Pepper
on.
Pots and Firefly.
Don't want you and I don't
Didn't roll
want
it
you.
either character,
Dice
though.
rolling tricks with Trey.
Hey, I'd watch that show. He does get
Really?
Pepper. He does not. He does not
Feel
get
that
I'm
was
dodging
free.
bullets over here.
I know,
Dodging
man.
does
bullets.
not get Firefly, which is where the damage is going to come from eventually.
We're gonna buy Bishop.
So Bishop definitely going to cut down on Johnny Storm ability damage,
And
as well as Red Dragon damage, as well as Boom Boom damage. Just kind of shutting down a lot of stuff.
there's a lot of things that my bag just doesn't really need at this point.
Steven's got Dwarf Wizard, which could blank a Bishop. I think Trey's playing Rare Blob, so if they really wanted to get into the control aspect of this game, they could get there pretty quickly with Heimdall and such.
4 in there though. So we're gonna go ahead and resurrect. And what do these stat lines look like? Not quite as fun. We'll purchase a Shocking Grasp.
I thought these would come along eventually with this
And
boom
pass
boom.
to you.
I will Star Labs Global, make a sidekick that'll ping you for 1 and deal 1 to your.
Sidekick.
I don't care. We'll not KO the sidekick. We'll leave it and hit one of your other ones for 1. We'll go with what's her face, the
Pepper Potts.
Peppa Potts, and so that'll knock you down 1 more to 16, right?
Yep.
And then it'll prep 1, and then it'll be my turn.
Trey goes to 16.
Got 1 in the bag. Got some right here. Shake it up. Oh, one of those is colorful. That one's colorful. Well, that gets something.
Something is better than nothing in every
What's
circumstance.
Better? Is that better?
Well, not every. Every is a strong word.
Bifrost.
So, the mystery is what he wants to Bifrost in here.
Pay 3 for a. Firefly.
The Firefly.
Field a sidekick, which will deal you 1. Because I fielded a character.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll deal, I don't know, what do you got over there? A sidekick over there?
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to do that one? Oh, I guess that's the benefit. Who cares? I'll deal you your boom boom. No, excuse me. What's the other thing? Pepper Potts.
Pepper Potts.
2/2, right?
Yep.
Deal the Pepper Potts 1, so she's a 2/1. And after fielding said sidekick, that'll bring in this sidekick, or bring in this Firefly, and that'll deal you 3. 1, 2, 3, because there are 3 bolt character dice. And that'll deal you an additional 1 as well after you take the 3 because of the Human Torch.
Johnny.
Pop your other Pepper Potts damage, so that'll knock it down. So you took 4, dropping you to 11.
Yep.
To 11.
And then,
which is kind of crazy to think that 11 damage is like danger zone, but
I'll look at a mask.
with the way that Firefly works with Johnny Storm, 11 in 1 turn, I mean, it would be a lot, but it's time to start thinking about not dying, which is sort of crazy. It doesn't happen every day. Usually you feel pretty safe.
Instead, I'll spin down the Dwarf Wizard in the field to the 1/3 side and spin up the Firefly to the 3/3 side.
Okay.
What do you have in the field currently?
A 2/2 boom boom and a sidekick.
Okay.
I mean, it could be swing time here. 2 blockers. Probably block. I mean, you might let Johnny Storm and Dwarf Wizard through just because they are the most cumbersome in terms of ability. I will say, Bishop could come through next turn for Trey and really shut down some of this direct damage.
Let's go ahead and stand pat. Go ahead.
All right.
Which I think Steven's sort of preparing for by creating a wide wall here.
Pull 2 more.
But we'll see where the game drifts to.
Here comes the burn.
Trey did not get his
a little
Bishop,
too late, I think. That's expensive. But there's not much else I can do on this turn. So we'll re-roll her. She did nothing for us.
I suppose double bolts is better than single bolts.
To field boom boom. I'm going to use your energy fixer to spin this down to shield. I'll pay 1 to field that. You take 3.
I take the 3.
I say the nay.
And you just got so many freaking characters out there. I can't do what I really want to do.
What?
Fabricate forever. Yeah.
Fabricate.
Fabricate for days.
So I'm not gonna. So I'll just.
Heimdall was a good look. Definitely
Here,
overlooked
guys, a 3/3.
Heimdall as a
Yep.
potential die for
What's your
this
dwarf wizard?
format.
1/3.
I also didn't even think of Bishop. I was thinking way more offensive, and I was thinking, oh, the only
I'll just
defensive die is Blob,
Pass.
I will Star
which we've seen tonight.
Field a sidekick, ping
Constantine,
you for
super
1 and ping.
defensive.
You have
Zombie
anything out there
Mags.
for 1?
Nope.
Nah, just take
Bishop.
one of your random dice.
I mean, we did see some blobs. We saw like common blob and a rare blob.
10.
10? Trey's at 10? Is that what I just heard?
All right, ready?
Yep.
Keep it going.
Oh, right.
See what
Star
you got.
Labs put Trey at 10.
Draw
Good old
2.
offensive Star Labs.
Yeah. Keep missing Jubilee, man.
Yeah, double Bifrost here. Only needs one of them. He does have a sidekick as well, which I think could mean bring in Firefly. I mean, or Star Labs. It doesn't. I guess Firefly would do his own damage as well.
Bifrost. 2 for a Jubilee, because I'm going to force it. Make it happen.
Square peg round hole.
Yeah, I think that's game.
It is. Even if I just buy Jubilee, I think.
Yeah, you don't even have to spin her up.
So, field, that'll do U1, and it'll pop. You got a 2.
Actually, yeah.
You have a 4/2 right there. Is that a 4/2?
Yep.
I'll hit your 4/2 once, and then you'll take 1 to 9. I believe, right?
Yeah. Field the second character.
And then
Knock out a
that'll
blocker.
field Jubilee on her level 1 side. And fielding her will pop your U for 1 again, and then pop your Boom Boom for 1.
Yep.
KOing your die triggers her Awaken, that'll pop you for 1. So I get 7. And then I just have a ton of stuff in the field.
Yeah.
Two, that's still 3.
I
4, 5.
can bring in 1 sidekick with a global.
Oh, you can. That's true. You could. So then if I pushed, it would only deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have you at
7.
7. So technically still alive.
Technically.
Technically. Alive on a
Problematic.
technicality. It's not really a technicality. It's just the way the game works. Star Labs coming in the clutch for a blocker, which is funny because Steven's been using Star Labs to deal damage. Trey's been using Star Labs to create blockers. He'd really like to have enough blockers to be fabricating his Fireflies.
Two in the bag. I'll res 1 out.
Rezabez, there's the other Jubilee. Didn't want to come play.
Well, hold on. If I do this. Only spins up 1. Still 1 off. That's the equivalent of that. Yeah, that makes sense. We'll go ahead and push with 1 sidekick plus a 3/3 plus a 3/3.
And Jubilees is if she KOs somebody, she spins up, or if anybody's
Any of your
KO'd.
dice, while she's active, if anything KOs, then she spins up. But
Okay.
if you either let her through or if she KOs at the same time, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So Trey would like to get his Firefly knocked out
So
here.
what we're gonna do is double block Jubilee.
Okay.
Is it a 2-1 on your Firefly?
He's a 3/3.
Oh gosh, that definitely wasn't coming through right. So we're just gonna block him with this, and we'll let one side kick through.
Down to 6, and then double. Oh no. What are your stat lines? I can't tell.
Both are 2/2.
We'll pop your the blank one. Yeah. The other one stays in the field. And Jube's KOs, I believe.
Yeah.
Jubilee.
You are up.
All right, desperation mode.
Yeah,
What we
Trey's
need
got
is
to-
a miracle.
I think he needs to pull.
Let's see what we got.
I mean, Shocking Grasp will get rid of a blocker, but is that really what he needs at this point? Shocking Grasp will trigger Boom Boom.
It's close.
He doesn't
Close
have
to a
Shocking
miracle.
Grasp anyway. I think he needs.
It's unfortunately expensive.
Yeah, that
4
level 3
energy
side
there.
of Boom Boom is
Boom
nasty.
Boom does not have a free fielding cost side.
He does have Bishop, which,
so-
pending that he can have enough blockers out,
What we can
is
do
definitely going to help him out here in this final portion of the game.
is
Might be able to buy him enough time to stabilize here.
Star Labs.
Mm-hmm.
So Star Labs in a blocker.
Then pay to field these guys.
He's going to get
Take
to do some
4.
damage. Yep,
Yep.
there with Firefly.
And then I think the best thing we can really do at this point is just pass because we're just so close to freaking dying.
So the best way to win the game is to
Bam.
not die. Trey deals 4 though to Steven that turn. Boop, and
Oh, that's
that
all you needed.
ruins that. Yep, Dwarf Wizard is going to.
Well, can I burn you out through this way? Yeah, because I can just do that plus this, and that equals that. I think I have it with even just this roll.
Just by sheer characters.
Yep.
So
Bifrost.
once you bring in Firefly.
Well, actually, I don't think I can bring. I gotta re-roll this, don't I? So I can
think he
blank,
needs-
but I gotta bring in a Firefly.
You could also energy fix to get that extra.
I don't want necessarily. Well, let's see. How many characters do you have in the field?
5.
5. So 1, 2, 3 plus what I bring in. 5, and then how many go? 3, 4 goes through.
I feel like he needs this other character phase.
1, 2, 3.
Or he needs some
purchased.
Jubilee.
4, 5, and then you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're at 6. 6.
Mhm.
That still doesn't work.
Still just a shade off. So Trey was saying if he fixes a sidekick, but that's going to take away an attacker.
Just reroll this for energy, I guess. No, because I can't bring a Firefly in the same time I'm bringing in D-Wiz.
Right.
Right, so essentially the Bifrost has to bring in a D-Wiz and it has to name Bishop. Or field enough characters. I mean, he'd have to have 11 characters. Well, that's not true. 11 damage.
But can I get you
Well,
with Human Torch? I might be able to get you with Human Torch. Pay 3. This. Pay 3.
Because again, Human Torch is going to deal 1 to
Bye.
Trey and 1 to a character. So you could do some blocker removal here.
This. Blanking. Missing the first hit. Blanking. Hitting you once. With that. Paying to field this. Hitting you again. Spinning up, hitting you a third time, so that puts you at 3, and then I have just enough. Yeah, that should be enough. Okay. Use Bifrost. Pay 3 for a Dwarf Wizard.
Yas.
Field
for
a
the
sidekick.
It deals 1.
The fielding doesn't trigger for your
Oh, right.
damage going to you, but it does trigger damage going to one of your characters, so we'll pop Boom Boom. Yep, take 1. And then fielding there, we'll field the Dwarf Wizard on level 1, targeting
Wheel.
your Bishop. And that fielding will deal you 1, dropping you to 6. Or no, excuse me, 5, right?
That fielding still happen. The blank happens before the fielding does.
Yeah, so when you field a character, you have to fully resolve its ability. So it's
Okay.
fielded,
Cool.
and it gets resolved, and then I would imagine that this would be the order. But are you at 6 or 7 currently before that happens?
6.
Okay, so then you'll go to 5?
Yep.
And I've been so bad with keeping track. At which point I'll then pay to field the Jubilee, and that will trigger that whole thing again. We'll KO the sidekick.
Sidekick. That does 1 damage, then a 2nd damage from Jubilee.
Well, your whatchamacallit, Boom Boom should still be in, right? Because I only dealt 1 to it.
I just assumed that that's what your 2nd damage from your.
Yeah, so then we'll do the Boom Boom instead of the sidekick. Because the sidekick will live.
You have enough to do both.
I feel the sidekick. Oh, you're right. My bad. And then that'll spin this up to a 4/3. That'll ping you for 1. So then you should be down to 3. Yeah.
Yep, and then you swing.
And I should just push with everything.
Cool. That's a fun team, man.
Yeah, it's really combo-y, right?
Yeah.
Wowza. Yeah, it's crazy. And you guys were talking about keeping up with life totals. I'm like, between Red Dragon and all these tiny little pings, I'm like, I don't really know the score.
It was 0 to
13.
Yeah.
We're struggling to
Something
keep.
like
I
that.
was struggling to keep up with the life totals. So
Yeah, Bishop was such a blanket, and then it was like, well, now I can just bring in another D-Wiz, and I was like,
Yep.
oh
It's just
my
immediately
god.
gone.
yeah.
That's why
Pretty
Blob never got out there. That was the.
That was your other answer. If that had come out, then I had to go the polymorph route.
Right. I was saying, if you guys really wanted to get control-y sort of in the middle of that game, it would have been even more of a chess match at that point.
Yeah, I was just
stretched
struggling
out,
I just had to keep characters in the field to stay alive from combat damage. So
Yeah, if you could fabricate your fireflies, that would have been.
That's what I love about Dice Masters, though, is it becomes a chess match. The better you get and the better your opponent is, then you
Right.
sort of start to see the lines without even having to say it, and they just kind of dance around it all.
Yup.
you just
Super
kind of
duper
assume that
fun.
they'll make the right play.
Yeah, assuming the best case scenario for your opponent.
Right.
You,
And then dice rolls
kinda-
on top of that, so.
Yeah. Which
All right.
is yet another layer to the
Thanks for
already
playing.
nuanced game of Dice Masters.
Exactly. Dice game. We'll see you guys back in the chat.
All right,
See
see
ya.
you later.
Yep.